Okay, today let's talk a little bit about signs, synchronicities, and your intuition versus your anxiety. So I'll start off by talking about the difference between your intuition and your anxiety. Your intuition is usually a calming, well, it's a calming feeling that you'll get without the fear that anxiety brings. So anxiety can cause and manifest in physical symptoms like tightness in your chest, tightness in your body, your back, racing thoughts. The way it manifests for me is like a loss of breath. So I have trouble breathing when I'm anxious, and my back, like right now, my back can be really tight. And I'm usually anxious, but I can determine the difference between my anxiety and my intuition, because when I'm in a calm, I'm not thinking, I don't have a lot of racing thoughts, my intuition will come in just a random thought, or a random like word, or I will suddenly focus on something. And I remember I was sitting in my room a few years ago. On the other side of my wall is the living room, and I was listening to, I think I was just like focusing on cleaning my room or something, and I started to focus on the movie in the living room. And I was like listening to what they were saying. I didn't know who it was or what they were talking about really. And in my head, I kept hearing Selena, Selena, Selena. And so I got up as I was focusing on the movie. I went out to see what movie was on, and it was the movie Selena. I've never seen that movie before. I didn't know what was happening. I suddenly focused on it, and I listened to what my mind was telling me, and it kept repeating Selena. And like I said, the movie Selena was on. And that was a moment I was listening to my intuition and what it was telling me. There are also times where that was like a big one. That was when I first like started to really listen to it, probably in 2020 or 2021. And that is really how your intuition can manifest. And it, at least for me, it comes as like a calming thought where it kind of has no relation to what's going on or what I might have just been thinking about. It will kind of be a random, like it could be a single word, or it could be like a thought. I think I had a business idea last week, and it was just like a random kind of thing. And then there have been times where I have had the gut feeling to, like while I was driving, to do something, and I would miss like an accident. So there have been times where I have just missed stuff, or made a quick decision because of what my gut was telling me. And yeah, that is the difference between that and anxiety. Your anxiety will be constant, rapid thoughts, and it'll make you feel tense, where your intuition will make you feel calm. And I think part of how you can learn to follow your intuition is to think about the signs you're seeing, and to figure out what those mean, because they can mean different things. So you could be seeing, like, I see a lot of ladybugs. You could be seeing like a deer. Hawks could be circling you or something like that. So if you pay attention to that in your surroundings. And another thing that goes into that is thinking about paying attention to your thoughts at the time that you're seeing that thing. So you could be thinking of maybe a decision that you have to make. You could be torn between two different things, and you could see like a certain bug, or that bug could like fly up against you. I've been outside sometimes thinking about, being worried to make a certain decision, and like a bug would fly at me. I think a dragonfly flew at my head one point, and I would be at markets selling my jewelry, and either bees or ladybugs would sit at my table, and they would sit there for a while, and I would look up what those meant, and based on what I was going through too and what I was thinking about, I would determine what message I needed to hear based on those factors. So I think that is another way you can listen to your intuition, is focusing on the signs that you're seeing, whether it's bugs, animals, words, or even numbers. If you're seeing certain numbers and you're into numerology, whether it's like a repeating number, a mirror number. So I was just at Shaw's and my change was 353. And I haven't looked it up yet, but I'm going to look up what that number means. And yeah, I think in that moment, I was very patient for the cashier to check out my items. I was in the self-checkout, and there was someone in front of me and someone behind me, and he called me over to have me check out first. And yeah, and he was a little bit worried about how long it was taking for him to punch in the thing because like he couldn't scan the barcode. So that was what was happening in that moment. I'm gonna look up what 353 means after this. So that's another way you can be listening to the signs around you, and maybe what your universe, God, spirit, whatever you believe in is telling you. And while there are mirror numbers, so you have, like I said, 353, that number is mirrored. You can also have an ascending number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Descending numbers 765. That took a second. 987. Stuff like that. And then you can also have, just the angel numbers. I feel like people know very well, like 555, 222, things like that. So you can figure out what those mean to you when you're seeing them. I see a lot of numbers like that. I will even like be watching a video and then go to like the comment section, and there will be the numbers that they were just talking about in the video. Like I think I was watching one video like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and one of the numbers on the card was 66, and I forget what the message was on that card from that deck. And I went to another video, and the likes on that video were 66 likes. So I have it screenshotted in my phone. But yeah, that is another way that messages can come to you if you are paying attention to them. And, if you believe in that, I feel like when you are paying attention to your surroundings, there's a lot that you can learn about your decision making, what energies are coming into your life, maybe warnings as well. They don't always have to be good things. Well, it's not exactly a bad thing, but it is a warning for you. Maybe something that you might be coming up across, could be like a tougher decision you have to make in your life, and you could be seeing a certain number that could be telling you about that. Or I think there's also I think it might be a fly, the bug, a fly, that could be like a warning. I forget what its message is, but yeah, there are bugs that can have that symbolism as well. So I think that's all I had to say about that. It's just something that always, every single day, I will see repeating numbers, and I will hear things in my head that will be just a quick signal of my intuition to make a decision in that moment. And I can't even like think of a better example besides that movie one, because I feel like they just happen so consistently because I'm so in tune with it and I pay so much attention to it that they kind of happen every single day. So I think the more you pay attention to these things and you put stock into what you're being told by the universe and the things, and trusting the signs that you're believing. And I feel like that might be taboo to kind of talk about, or that people don't want to believe, but I feel like we are more powerful and more intuitive than we kind of realize. And I think everybody can be intuitive as long as you listen to what you're being told and listen to the thoughts that you're having. When we're paying attention, we can learn a lot from, universe, like I say, God, spirit, whatever you believe in. There's a lot that we can learn from that. So I think it's very important to listen to your intuition, listen to your gut, and to understand the difference between your intuition and your fear, your anxiety, and to understand what those messages mean for you in your life, maybe what's coming ahead for you, something to watch out for, those kinds of things. So that's it for now. Bye for now, guys.